going, everyone? Welcome back to the YouTube channel. Today I wanted to talk about diet, and not necessarily the way you may think of diet or the only way you think of diet. So, okay, if I were to guess, you'd be like, diet, that's what I eat, right? Like, am I on a keto diet or a paleo diet or a caveman diet or the 30-day whatever challenge or the Mediterranean diet, blah, 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 all these diets, right? I'm actually talking about the other diet. You're like, what the heck is the other diet? Did you come up with a new one? No, I didn't. Maybe I should, but no, I didn't, because I just didn't. My point being, diet also, because, okay, basically diet's what you consume, right? I'm talking about the diet, what you consume, not just for food, for metabolism, for energy, for your muscles, but the diet you consume in regards to what you look at, what you read, what you listen to, who you surround yourself with, because you are what you eat to a degree, right? And so if you constantly take in negativity from the news or from doom scrolling on social media or from hanging around with people who are always negative all the time, that can influence how you feel and actually your health on some level, because when we're stressed, we release hormones that aren't necessarily good for you when they're chronically in your system at high levels. It's one thing to have them a little bit because, like, yeah, you want to stay informed, you want to look at the news, whatever. I get that because I do it too. But when I chronically wake up and I look at the news, blah, blah, blah is happening, and then right before I go to bed, I look at it again, and then I'm depressed when I wake up, I'm depressed when I go to sleep, and then the cycle repeats. It's not, in my opinion, the best way to start or end your day. And again, it's not necessarily just from the news or social media. It can be whatever source that you take in a lot of negativity. Maybe it's the type of music you listen to that's very negative in the source material, what they talk about, how they tell you to treat family members or friends or your significant other, whatever it is. That all influences your health. Not necessarily the same way as your body fat composition with, are you eating more protein or fat or carbs? How much sugar are you intaking? Like, that's part of your diet as well, but it's not the only part of your diet. So if you're trying to really make fitness a lifestyle, because in my opinion, that's really the only way to make results last, because a lot of people, they can get in shape, pretty quickly. Like, you don't get out of shape in a day, you don't get into shape in a day, but once you're in shape, you have to maintain that shape. You can't just like, oh, I was running 3 miles a day and I got super fit after 2 months, but now I just want to look fit and I don't want to do the running anymore. If you don't do the running anymore, or some kind of whatever helped you get in shape or a new version to replace it, you're probably going to fall out of shape. You know what I mean? Like, if you stop eating pizza and you get into shape, but then once you're in the shape you want to be in, then you start eating the pizza again, you're going to go back to the giving the pizza up shape. If that makes sense. So same thing, like when my mind, sometimes when I get like in negative moods or mindsets, I got to take a moment and step back. I'm like, what am I feeding myself? And it's like, oh, I looked at the news right when I woke up. Oh, I went on Instagram right after I looked at the news and a bunch of people are posting negative, blah, blah, blah. And then right before I went to bed, I did the same thing. Of course I'm going to feel negative and not motivated and desiring to push myself hard because of whatever's going on and all over the world. And again, not that those things aren't important, but be in the right mindset to handle them. It's about being tactful. Like when you're talking to a loved one and they want your advice on something, be tactful if you're trying to help them, right? You don't just say something negative to them in the most harsh way possible if you're really trying to help them. Be tactful to yourself. Know right when you first wake up, you're still groggy, you haven't eaten yet, you're not necessarily in the proper headspace to look at the most negative thing you're going to read all day. If you want to look at the news, maybe prepare yourself. Maybe take a moment like, okay, I know there's probably going to be something negative on it, but I want to still be informed. So I'm going to make sure I go to my workout first. I eat a nice breakfast. I'm around my friends who will be able to like help elevate me and remind me like, hey, as much as there are bad things happening, there's also good things happening. So just put yourself in a situation where it's not going to affect you negatively for the rest of the day or the week or the month or the year or your entire life, because things that we do consistently tend to start warping us either for the better or for the worse, depending on which path we take. And it really is a slow change, either direction. You're either going to slowly, consistently get in shape, clean up your diet from food and also what you watch and listen to, or you're going to slowly go the other route where maybe you you know, actually, I do want a second serving of ice cream. I do want an extra piece of cookie or pizza. You know, I am just going to look at the news because whatever, I'm already addicted to TikTok. I'm just going to look at what's another 5 hours on TikTok. Like, we go either direction that you put your energy into. So again, I'm not saying you can't look at these things ever or listen to your favorite rap song or rock and roll song, but just be mindful again of what is the message in this, and is it feeding you in a way that you feel can help you be the best version of yourself that you want to be, either for yourself or for your loved ones or for your future kids or whatever, or is it pulling you the other direction? So just something to think about. I'm not saying I have all the answers with it either, but the more you consider where you're at and what you're exposing yourself to before you expose yourself to it may help you in the long run, instead of having to do like a detox, so to speak. And maybe that's something you want to do too. Maybe you want to give up your phone. Sometimes I've gone off social media for like a week at a time because it's draining. I'm not even trying to look at negative things. I'm going on just to post something positive, and then a bunch of things cross my story all of a sudden. And it's like, wow, I feel depressed now. I don't feel like posting anymore. So take a sabbatical sometimes from social media for a week, even if that means you don't see my awesome videos like this one, because it may make you jump to watching something else, even though this hopefully is a positive message, but it's so easy to then click a negative message. So do what you need to do to help yourself become the best you that you can be, because then you can help more people. You know, you can't pour from an empty cup. It doesn't help you to play small in your life. God has given you specific abilities and talents that if you just sit on them, unfortunately, then it's like a waste. Like, you're meant to use them to help other people. Like right now, I have a passion for fitness and health and wellness. So even if only 5 people watch this video and it helps them in some way, I'm glad I did it then, you know? It's about the quality of change, not always the quantity of people that you reach, you know? So like, sometimes we get so hung up like, oh, this video didn't do as well as my last post or blah, blah, blah. But that's not the point. I mean, it's part of things, but like if your heart's really in doing something to help other people, then people will sense that energy and they will realize it, that you're not just in it for the money or you have a fake side. Like, I'm truly hoping to help you guys make a positive change in your life. And I'm still growing all the time too. I don't have all the answers like I mentioned. So as I learn new things, I'll share new things. And as I realize some of the things I thought were true or good back in the day or even now, maybe they're disproven, then I'll hopefully share that with you guys too. So I want to keep growing and bettering myself. And I hope you guys also want to do the same for you. Hope you guys liked the video. Please like, comment, and share. Let me know below what you'd like to see in the next one. Peace out.